Hello again, Frugal Force. This is Captain Frugal reporting for duty, and I'm on the road right now. It's a weekend. I'm not actually going to work. I have Little Frugal in here with me. Say hi, Little Frugal.
Hello, Frugal.
You stinker. He loves to do that with me. You know better than that. Goofball. He got a grin on his face a mile wide. Well, anyway, what I wanted to talk about is a little bit of the current events lately. If you didn't check out last night, I had not one live stream. I was fortunate to be on 2 live streams. The first one was hosted on my channel. We had Underground Geek on there, which is always a pleasure. I think him and I bounce off each other good. If you ever see us fighting on Twitter, doing cheap shots at each other, it's not out of hate. It's all pure fun, just for the record. There's no animosity there. I had Yellow Flash on there. I had HP on there, Hot Pink, and she's always a pleasure. I had Nerd Wonder, and I had John Malin. And, actually it was just originally going to be Yellow Flash and then an Underground Geek, but it just ended up being a great nerd fest coming together. But there was some real information there, some juicy stuff, bombs dropped about editorial at Marvel and how they treated John as a freelance artist. Now, if you haven't listened to it, I strongly suggest checking that out. So anyway, I had that pleasure. Then I listened to a lot of the EVS and Comicstorian stream, and then I bounced back and joined another one with Yellow Flash after that. So we were sort of like the pre-show and the after-show. And if you haven't checked out Yellow Flash, which you probably have, if you haven't though, go and check out his. I was on that too, but even more so than that, check out his stuff. He does some really good material. He's good at shaking things up in the industry and calling light to what's going on out there. And really he's doing it with a no fear attitude, and he's working hard because this guy is pumping out videos like crazy. And I mean, props to him, because I don't know how he does it. All right, so great thing. But my main focus I wanted to talk about is something I heard during the Comicstorian EVS stream there. And don't get me wrong, there's no animosity here either. This is not out of meanness. But Comicstorian said, I have got the best, community, the best fans. And with that, you know what? I'm going to disagree. I disagree completely. No offense to Comicstorian, and no offense meant to his fans either. And what I mean by that is, I'm sure there's a good amount of comic people love the industry and everything, as well as I'm sure Comicstorian does too. But with that said, I think the Frugal Force has the best fans. I'm biased, absolutely, and I understand that. But listen to me why. First of all, when I say my fans, the Frugal Force, it's not mine. I am a part of the collective. There's no leadership role there. I don't see it that way. I am fortunate. I see it as a humbling thing, a servant leader. I am there as a cog, a part of the collective. And we all work together. I mean, this group, this community, and I think Yellow Flash and other ones can also agree with that. It's an amazing, dynamic group. We're a diverse group. We have a diverse set of opinions. We come from different backgrounds, male, female. We are completely diverse, and we're a helpful group. I have had such an outpour, even when my numbers were much lower. Now, granted, I'm not saying they're huge now, but even though when they were much lower, that even the support and help, I mean, my intro videos, those are not made by me, with the exception of ones I did earlier on. All the cool new ones were not by me at all. The art and things that are usually displayed on the channel and the banner and all that, not by me. That's by the Frugal Force. And I understand, and I got a Patreon too that people are contributing to and starting to add more to. And I'm going to make sure I add a video eventually. I'm working on that at the end. So I'm always thanking these people, not just in general, but by name, because they deserve it. And everybody does. And this is such a helpful group. And I don't know if Comicstorian gets that kind of outflow. I also get personal messages from people saying, hey, you know what? I started reading this comic book because of you, and I really enjoy it, and I'm thankful. This back and forth in this community is just fantastic. And I understand as you grow, if you get a channel his size, it's probably very hard to ever have that. It's harder to maintain that, but we have it. And that's something I am so thankful for. And that's why I think this community, it extends beyond the Frugal Force, really. It's the people that also are listening to Douglas Stearns, Yellow Flash, Diversity in Comics, Captain Cummings. We all correlate, integrate. I Love Comics, Comics Division, the Nerd Wonder, the Harem stream. There's so darn many wonderful channels and outlets, and we're all working together and discussing together, and that's what makes it wonderful. We are a wonderful community that just loves to get together, discuss what we like and what we don't like, and you know, we are passionate about it, and that's why we want to make it better. We don't ignore it. We don't sit on the fence, because for most part we want things to be great. We want them to be better. We don't want the industry to shut down. We, you know, despite what some artists and pros, you know, think that we're all evil and have this agenda. No, we want it to flourish. They don't understand. We are the customers, and we're trying to give them our money. How can that be a bad thing? You know, that's overall my thoughts, and I just want to make sure I take time and I never lose the sight of the appreciation that I have for everybody here, and how if I do a live stream, people actually want to talk to me or invite me to a live stream. That's incredibly humbling, because in my eyes, I'm a nobody. I'm just so thankful you guys even want to take the time just to talk to me. And so if you do want to be one of those people too, don't be afraid to let me know. PM me in my Twitter. Sometimes it does take me a while, because, you know, things in life, you notice I took a period not too long ago of not doing many live streams and things, because life was just too busy and too much sickness and things going on. And I'm trying to start to get back into the swing of things and doing 1 or 2 a week if I can. Again, and if you want to be a part of that, you don't have to have a channel or anything. You don't have to have big numbers. That's not what I'm about. I'm about bringing this community together and having a good time. And I want you to feel like you are a welcomed part of it. And so does Little Frugal. Right, Little Frugal?
Right.
Yeah. So I hope, you know, that you want to be and you want to join me in this. All right, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit like and subscribe and hit that notifications bell. It really does help me. And if you want to even help me more, spread the words. You know, let's get this thing even better. Let's continue to grow. And if you want to help support me in Little Frugal financially, we do have a Patreon. Just go to the info bar down below and hit, you know, click on that. It'll take you right to the Patreon. And there's different levels, so you don't have to, you know, dish out a lot of money. I only have 2 levels on there currently, a $1 a month and a $2 a month. As I said, my goal is not to gouge. It's just to help grow the channel and make better content. And if it ever does get really big, any extra money will be going to my kids' college fund, you know, to help support them. And who knows, whatever it may take us, it'll hopefully go and it'll be put to good things. I'm not going to be just blowing it. So with that said, we would greatly appreciate your support. And I do plan on adding some other tiers to that later. I just haven't quite figured it out. I wanted to have a give back program. I'm thinking, I've got a couple ideas. It might be sending out comic books to people, video games to people, but I've also got something else in the works. I'm talking to a couple people on. I hope it works. I'm thinking DVD wise, as well as maybe some signed professional art, things like that, just to give back and once again help build that community. All right, so thank you for taking the time to listen to me ramble. You guys have a wonderful day. Until next time, keep it frugal.